What's up everyone, I'm on a mission to get every single Hearts of Iron 4 achievement, including the mod exclusive achievements for every major mod. There's a total of 724 achievements to get and we've already managed to get 2 of them. If I can't get all of these achievements before the channel hits 50,000 subscribers, I'll have to make a Hearts of Iron 4 hour-long documentary as my punishment. So please make sure to drop a like and subscribe. For today's challenge, I've decided to jump into the land of ponies and griffons with Equestria at War. And just like this awesome mod, we're going to try and make an awesome video by not going for 1 nor 2 achievements, but 4 achievements, all based around one Zebracan nation, the great state of Cartagena. With the heart of a zebra and a Carthage-inspired nation, what could ever go wrong? The achievements for today are simple. The first achievement, another victory for Zalathel Zarka, where we have to, and I quote, get a hug from his sister. Best achievement ever. Next, Balefire Blues, where we have to drop a nuke on Canterlot State. Seems simple enough. In third, we have Crime Against Griffon Kind, where we have yet another nuking goal. This time, we have to nuke the Griffonston State. And for lastly, the Trade Tycoon, where we have to get 10 trade routes minimum. I'm not sure if we'll get them all, but let's give it a try and see how far we can get. Starting out, we'll be in the start date of 1007 on the Zebracan continent, leading the great Carthaginian Empire with Zalathel Zarka. And thank the pony gods for him, because there's not a negative debuff in sight. On the continent, apart from the threats from civil war, Terra and Kyria in the east, it should be a fairly simple run. Let's get it. So looking at our current situation, it's not very good at all. We have a risk of civil war thanks to a very strong rebel movement with 2 separate rebel movements. We have an interesting faction support system where we can choose who to support too. Right now, the scientists and the militarists are leading the charge with their influence, but harmonists are very low, which is not good at all. I did some digging and apparently they need to be at least to the 50% mark so that our leader Zarka can finally get a hug from his sister. We got a lot of work to do and this is just the beginning. Let's get a move on the bread and stick politics focus so that we can quickly take power away from the rebellion. And it seemed like it's not our lucky day. I was halfway through shutting down the rebels and prying them out from hiding, but it seems I was a little too late. It's rebellion time and this is gonna be a hard fought battle. The real question is though, how big is the rebellion's army going to be? Overall, it seems like it's going to be a fairly even fight. We have 19 divisions and they have 17. Let's take it to them. Fantastic! We managed to crush the rebellion in decent time. But don't worry, because they enjoyed the first one so much, they made another. Kids these days and their sequels. We'll just have to pretend we're a movie director and these guys are the Joker too. Time to literally review bomb them. So now that we've finally temporarily dealt with the rebels, I need political power. Not just to continue our campaign, but also to get rid of the remaining bandits. But to do that, I need to remove the political instability debuff. To do that, we need to choose a co-suffrate, a secondary leader to our throne. We have 3 options, but after looking over them, I think the middle option of Zaran Zorel is the best choice, especially since it helps us along the way to raising harmony and increasing the chances of one of our 4 achievements. Fast forwarding to the year of 1011 now, and things are changing. Our neighbor of Terra has been eaten after losing their war against Hippogriffia, and the Doli are in a stalemate against Chital. Also, thanks to doing our focuses, we finally have political power and a lot of new debuffs. We also have now the chance to try and get achievement number 1. I have enough political power to push for the support of the Harmonites and bring them to 50%, which will hopefully give me our first achievement. Let's see and wait 90 days. And after 90 days and bring the Harmonites up to 50%, it seems it did nothing. Well, time to get to Google and work that one out. And lastly, we finally managed to set up some trade deals with 2 nations. We've got 6 more trade deals left to go for, but I seem to have a cap on only 2 trade deals. I need to find a way to get that number to grow bigger. So it seems like Terra wasn't enough for the Vandals to the west. Hippogriffia decided to declare war on me, and I'm left with 0 manpower holding down the line desperately. I'm going to try and just hold this line and stop any naval invasions coming. And in the meantime, I'll do my industry focuses and save my political power up so that I can change my manpower and factory laws ASAP. Please don't crumble. It would seem that going full defensive was the right idea after all. The Hippogriffins have suffered huge losses and are devastated with no manpower left to fight. It's time to go on the offensive and fingers crossed it works. 3, 2, 1, go. And it looks good. Great. I'll grind them to the ground, take the territory as revenge, and see where my focuses are all good and gravy. Let's fast forward to the year of 1020 now, and things are looking good. We destroyed our Hippogriffin rivals to the west, and in turn created the Great Sonican Republic. I also did some reading and found a way to get our first achievement, another victory for Zalavel Zarka. What I read before was right. I have to have the Harmonized loyalty at 50%, but I also need to complete the last focus. So, without further ado, let's check to see if that's true. Yes! There it is, achievement number 1. It doesn't seem like we're going to get a new focus tree, so for now I'll continue grinding out and expanding without sabotaging our potential trade allies too much so that we can maybe get more options for the trade achievement. I'll also start prepping bombers for our nuking achievements too. It seems as though getting all 4 achievements today will be impossible, and it all comes down to one reason: the trades. It seems that in my rush to make a good factory economy, I missed out on one small detail, and that's the trade-related focuses. If I didn't go independent and lent more on Wingbody, I would be in a good position to trade with them all and get all my factories working. But sadly, that's not the case. With that being said, there's only 2 achievements left to go, and that's to nuke the Griffons and nuke the Ponies, which means one thing. We need to modernize and build up, because it's not going to be an easy fight. Since trade is no longer a goal, I'll conquer the whole Zebracan continent, try to build up manpower and a big army, and then we'll launch an invasion onto the Griffon continent. Well, here we are in the year of 1032. We're in this for the long run, and we're not even finished with our first continent. I'm running low on manpower, and we've got over half the continent left to get. The problem though, all the other nations have around 200 to 300 divisions, whilst we're just under 200. I'm going to spend some time building up, conquer the continent, let my manpower gradually build back up after garrisoning them, and then I'll see you when the time for war against Griffonia comes. We have manpower, we have armies, but we're outnumbered by at least 10 times our current amount. The Wingardian Evi faction has just declared on Aquelia, and both Evi and Aquelia have 800 to 1,000 divisions. I didn't want to get involved, but since Evi have lined up a few nuke missions on my territory, I have retaliated a little bit. Now is as good a time as any to take advantage, so using our newly secured base in Griffonia, it's time to go to town. I'll wait for their divisions to move and to Aquelia, and then I'm just going to strike. All systems are green, all nukes are in fire mode, and the push has begun. Let's crush the Evi menace, take their manpower, resources, and then maybe puppet them. After grinding and force pushing our way, it's finally over. We lost nearly 2 million men. It is crazy how we bled for this. The winnings are fairly even. We did most of the pushing, but we do have to give Aquelia their dues, since they dealt with Wingbody and the Western Theatre. Let's make it a nice and equal peace deal and slowly build up for Aquelia to get our next achievement. Finally, it's time for our next achievement. One goal, nuke Griffonstone. Bomb it to smithereens, leaving only dust, ash, and radiation. Let's go. Make the battle commence. Looks shaky, but thanks to my 10 stack forts on the borders, there shouldn't be any issues. Let's grind them out for a little and then push. And we finally got the achievement. Oh, that took so long. Right, now it's just time to catch them in disarray and finish the job. Now it's finally time to finish the job. We took over the territory of the Penguins, and it's time to push south into the commie lands of Stalingrad. Hopefully we can nuke Canterlot and maybe make the Equestrian continent a continent of puppets. I don't have many troops over this way, but hopefully the Air Force can lend a helping hand. So without further ado, let's go, and it's not looking too good. And the nuke even failed with a critical failure. It seems I'm in for the long-term grind. Okay, I'll see you when I eventually make some progress. After 4 years of grinding, the war is won. And this is the peace deal. Things are looking good, but I made one mistake. I didn't get to nuke Canterlot, and now I'm left with my puppet controlling the land. So what's the goal? I'm going to annex them and then release them independently. Then, to finish off, I'll declare war on them and nuke them. That way I can finally get the last achievement. It's been a super long playthrough, but let's get it. It's finally time to end it. The justification for the last war is finished. Let's quickly trigger it. There we go. And now time to send in the nukes. For some reason, my nukes keep getting cancelled, and I don't know why. Right, time for Google. I see! So, it turns out the nukes were getting cancelled because of resistance in the territory. Right, it's finally working, so I'll see you when the bombs drop. 3, 2, 1, and critical failure? Hell Oh no, let's try that again. Okay, let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, and I think I'm about to blow a blood vessel. It had 85% chance of success. I control the skies. I give up. It's not going to happen. Not today. Not in this playthrough. But we did manage to get 2 out of our 4 targeted achievements. So hooray for that. But for now, that's all that's going to be for today's video, everyone. It's been a long one and I've played this way longer than I should have, but I hope you've all enjoyed it. Remember to hit the like button, drop a sub, and I'll see you all in the next video that I do. Till then, all the best and I'll see you next time.